What's up, fiends? Alucard here, along with Patrick from Have Cheater Will View. We are the Midnight Society. What's up, everybody? What's
Hey,
happening?
Al, what's going on, sir?
Chilling, chilling. How about you?
Well, I got some good news, man.
What's
I,
that?
I yeah, I got a sponsor for our show, the Midnight Society, man.
Oh yeah?
I did. Old dude Vampire is sent us a little love. He heard about the Midnight Society backing him up during this battle royale happening in our Gory B movie, and he wanted to come over and sponsor the Cheetah and you and me.
There we go.
Old dude Vampire in the house.
Speaking of,
Uh, hey, well, I'll be damned. It's Gory.
how's it
Wow, we
going?
didn't see you there, Gory. What's going on?
It
Hi,
popped up out
Vanessa.
of nowhere.
Wow, yeah. So we got sponsored. I don't know what that means. It might be new fangs for you,
Hey, kind
or
of,
new,
kind of need them. Yeah,
or
sometimes.
new cape.
Of course, Vanessa's here.
Hi, June. How are you feeling?
Hey, ma.
Uh, yeah. But that's all the news. That's all the news that I got. I'm sure you got some news.
Should we do the big breaking news already?
I think might as well. Or you want to wait? We can always wait for a few more heads to roll in here.
Yeah, we can wait. We can wait a little bit.
I buy the
Obviously,
thing.
how's it going?
What
Welcome.
if Al is old dude vampire?
Maybe.
He- you're old enough, aren't you?
I'm a couple hundred years old. That's the way I roll.
Oh my God, this is awesome. That could be. I didn't even thought about that. I mean, you are surrounding yourself with a lot of pumpkins and whatnot. I mean, that is part of old dude vampire's get up.
That is
Oh,
that is true. Tis
uh,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
uh, yeah. I think we should go ahead and share some news. What do you say?
All right. So starting next week, we are moving time slots just a little bit. We're going to be an hour earlier from now on. So we're going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern time instead of 9 p.m.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And the other half of that equation is that we have new neighbors on Sunday nights starting next week at 10 p.m. We have the mighty Gory B movie along with her husband, Dan from the Horror Addicts, and whatever guests come up to surprise us. So that'll be awesome as well. So it's gonna be a 4-hour block of high action entertainment.
Yep. Yep. It should be a dashing good time.
That's right. You want horror, you got it. Sundays from basically from 8 to 12.
Yep. Yeah. We all got you covered.
That's right.
Yep. Yep.
Gory saying oh, June saying likes earlier better. Yeah, we thought so too.
Yeah.
And awesome to have new neighbors moving into the neighborhood.
Moving in
Glad
up into the back cave.
that's right.
The back
Welcome
cave
to
of movies.
that's right, the back cave of movies. Uh, and you know what? There could be a cheetah sighting even once in a while. There might even be a cheetah sighting on the Gory Bee hole. It could be in the Gory hole. Could be a cheetah lurking around.
You
Uh
never know.
yeah. I'm excited. This is our show is really picking up some steam. Our Friday the 13th was awesome. Our rankings, I'm totally tickled by that. Um, uh, oh, she calls her office the Bat Cave too. Wow. See, maybe you are old dude vampire, and that's you
On it.
subliminally. Have you ever invited Al to come onto your show? Because vampires can't go on unless they're invited, right?
That is very true. Yep. Can't go inside, unless it's a public place.
Yeah.
all kind of weird things,
Uh, Last week we did our Friday the 13th. We ended it. I don't know how this happened, considering we were 5 weeks behind, but we actually managed to finish our little run. I saw that they were tossing up who the mightiest Jason was on the Nightwatch Zone.
Saw that.
And yeah, I voted for Derek Mears. That's who I voted for.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Her office is covered in bat stickers.
Ooh, I need
Yeah.
to get me some of those stickers.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna have to go over there and check that out. I'm gonna go check out the bat stickers.
I know people like to know what shirt I'm wearing today. I'm wearing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, by the way.
Let's see. I'm wearing a Columbia fishing shirt.
There you go.
All right.
And Kyle's in the house as well. Hey,
Hi,
Kyle. How's it
Kyle.
going?
Oh, she got some extra bat stickers for you, Al.
Oh,
Oh boy, you just made this bat very happy.
the bat approves.
Quick, we need some bat stickers, quick.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about us finishing our Friday the 13th run? Even though we're still we're still doing Friday the 13th, right?
We still have one more special episode coming up. Yes.
We got a little bit of Friday the 13th tonight. A little bit. And then we have Adam Marcus, who wrote and directed Jason Goes to Hell. We got him coming on July 3rd.
Yes, we do.
As our special guest.
I am very much looking forward to that.
I am too. We're being joined by extra co-pilot, extra guest host. Hey Internet, it's Eric. He'll be joining us for that show too, because that's his absolutely favorite Friday the 13th movie. Yeah. So he knows everything there is to know about that. Except I think you and I probably should I mention that you and I probably know a lot about Julie Michaels. I'm just tossing it out there.
Possibly.
Let's see. Kyle, quick to the bat sticker mobile. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. So tonight, what are we talking about, Al?
Tonight we are tackling the 1985 Cannon film classic, American Ninja.
Now, before everybody in the chat erupts, because she mentioned the word classic and canon in the same sentence, what is it safe to say that the canon was basically the asylum of its day, or is that a little too harsh?
I think there was a little more talent in canon.
You know what? I have to agree with that. To agree with that. I know a lot of people poke fun at canon. I mean, they did come up with some cheesy stuff, but as far as star power goes, they brought some noise. They're definitely the reason why Chuck Norris blew up. They're they're totally responsible for that. Without canon, Chuck Norris would have never achieved the fame that he did.
No.
There's just no.
And then of course they had the other Chuck as well, Charles Bronson.
Yes, it did a lot of movies with Charles Bronson as well. Yeah, some really good movies too.
Those Bronson movies are awesome.
Yeah, you can't. Some of them were silly.
They're silly, but they're still fun.
What was the one where he went to New York? Death Wish. Was that Death Wish 4 or 3 or 4 or 5?
I think it was. Yeah, it was. I think it was 4. Yeah, I think it was the 4 of the Crackdown or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah. God.
That would be an interesting series to cover.
Yeah, it would. I'm down with that. I got 4 of the movies.
I got the first 4. Yeah.
Okay. That one, the Crackdown. Oh my God! I when I watched that for the first time, I have to tell you, I was crying.
Yeah.
That movie was so damn funny.
Three's pretty funny too.
Uh, but the first two were really good.
Oh yeah, the first two are banging.
Yeah, the first two were spot on. I mean, they were really good. Um, as he got older, I read in that he would have to get a ride from his trailer to the set. He couldn't. He didn't walk. He
He
couldn't
didn't
walk.
walk.
Yeah, they would
Wow.
literally have a car sitting there, and we're talking like even if it was just right down the street, he would have a car at his disposal when he get in the drive to wherever they're at. So,
Jeez.
yeah. Um,
Well, yeah, because wasn't he like 70 in like the last one or something?
but you know what? I'll tell you one thing I really loved about Charles Bronson. He married Jill Ireland, and you know, they were definitely soulmates. Oh my
Oh,
God,
no question.
they're
Yeah.
absolutely. Maybe I mean there's a few of those out there. There was Joe Ireland and Charles Bronson, and then Linda Day George and Christopher George
Yeah.
were like that. Christopher George, who did Grizzly, probably the greatest Jaw movies that didn't have a shark in it.
And pieces.
Uh, and Pieces, that's right.
Don't
And
forget
Gates of
pieces.
Hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hell too. Yep.
Uh, and then they did a movie together called From Noon Till Three. Man, that's a good movie.
Oh, I
That
haven't seen that one. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's good
Mm.
though, heartbreaking. And
Like,
when she passed away, she passed away early too.
yeah, she did.
He just never really was the same. I mean, he did the movies, but as far as him, social life or interviews or stuff like that, I don't really remember him being much in the public eye
Yeah.
unless he had to do a movie. Otherwise, that I think I know that feeling. I think part of him went with her. He part of him died that day.
Yeah. Oh
So.
yeah. I can definitely see that for sure. Yep.
Uh, See, too harsh. Canon wanted to build a legacy, and they did.
They definitely did. They
Yeah,
definitely did. Absolutely.
there's no doubt about that. I personally feel Canon. I mean, some of the movies they made, yeah, you can definitely see they ran out of money, but a lot of the movies they were pretty fun, and they give a lot of opportunities for a lot of up and comers.
Including the star of the movie tonight.
That's right, Michael Dudikoff,
Yep. The dude.
the dude.
The original dude.
Uh, so, how did you find out about this movie, Al?
Oh, I discovered this movie when I was a kid. They used to play it on TV all the time. And HBO, my local stations used to play it all the time. So I'd watch it. I had it on tape on VHS. I taped it off the TV, and I used to watch it, ad nauseum back in the day.
Um, Yeah, my brother Philip, this was his favorite movie growing up. He absolutely loved this movie.
It's a
Every
good one.
weekend, we go down to the local mom and pop store, and they had a little rental section. And every weekend, he would rent this movie. He rent it. We get one movie, and we get American Ninja, and we watched it so much that my brother we basically wore out the tape because we're not talking like we rented the movie and we watched it once and took it back. We watched that thing at least 4 or 5 times a day. And I wish I would say I was exaggerating, but I honestly am not exaggerating. He watched it 4 or 5 times a day. It was crazy. We wore out the tape. Um, he doesn't remember this, I'm sure, but the mom and pop who owned the store, he got us. They got us a copy of that movie just for him because he wore it out.
That's amazing.
So,
That's awesome.
uh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Marina Sir. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Yes, she did I think she did a movie directed by Michael Winter, I think. Yeah. That guy wasn't a very good guy though. He was sort of sleazy.
What I've
But
heard. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, she did a couple of topless scenes and or assault scene in there or whatnot. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Maybe the Bloom House of its time. That's not. You know what? Honestly,
So,
you kidding me? That's actually not a bad comparison, really, if you think about it. Even though Bloomhouse is of a horror, more horror, but or even a Shutter. I would go so far as saying it's like a Shutter. It's like you didn't know what you were going to get with Canon, except that one thing I will say you got a lot of right wing rhetoric. That's one thing, that's because that's who they were. Menachem,
That's
was Golan and what's his last name? Uh,
Globus.
Globus. Yes, they
Yeah,
were. Obviously they were two Jewish gentlemen, and as you saw how they characterized all Arabs, they were all the enemy.
yeah.
Delta Force. I mean, so we
There's
saw that. We saw a lot of firepower. We saw a lot of guns, a lot of pro-American. All that. So
and there's a couple really good documentaries on both of them. Some I found a couple on YouTube too. So if anybody's interested in the history of canon and stuff, look it up on YouTube. There's a couple of really good documentaries. The Go Go Boys is one, and yeah, there's a couple of really good ones.
yeah, uh, yeah, I'm not harshing on them. I think they, like I said, I think they made some very fun movies. I
Oh yeah,
watch movies all the time. Yeah, and
including
like
this one.
including this one. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, how many movies were in the franchise, Al? I forgot.
there are 5 official American Ninja movies and 2 spin-offs or pseudo sequels that aren't officially counted.
Okay, which ones are those? I hadn't heard of those.
Um, I'm trying to remember the names of them. let me investigate because I forgot the name. I've seen them, but I've not.
I
I don't
was
remember off
was
the top of my
was,
head.
was Blind Fury one of them by chance, or was that? I know that was a takeoff of the Blind Swordsman in
Yeah,
Japan.
no, it's not. That's a good canon movie though too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
let's see. The two are Lethal Ninja from 1992. It's
Okay.
a sort of a semi-official entry, and American Samurai, also directed by Sam Firstenberg.
Right. Right. And that one had David Bradley in it.
Yes, who's
Okay.
in part 3, 3 and 4 of American Ninja, and 5 actually.
And of course, YouTube me mentions Electric Boogaloo can be found on YouTube on reduced quality. And
Yes,
speaking of Electric Boogaloo, that was Canon's go-to girl, who was Lucinda Dickey,
yes.
who ended up doing what, Al?
You want to do a Ninja 3? Good old Ninja 3, right?
Man,
Ninja 3,
hi
the
T buddy.
domination.
We are dropping crazy canon knowledge
Yeah, if
tonight.
anybody wants us to do this one, let us know because this movie is bonkers.
Uh, we are covering the first two films, but of course, if we get a lot of comments down below, we want comments. I mean, comments in the chat are great, but we really want you to comment a lot on the on the comment section. What do you think about us covering the a Ninja Saga? If you want us to cover the whole thing, I'm not sure we'll do it all at once, but we will cover the whole series.
Yeah,
Uh,
because all 3 are awesome. So, what's up, John?
hey, what's going on, John?
Auntie Betty's
Oh,
in the house.
we got to mention this. We remiss if we did this. John has joined us as a creator. He has made his first YouTube video, which is I'm not, and it sounds self-serving. Believe me, it does, but it's not because he's going to be doing other videos. But um, he did a shout out video today or yesterday, and it was really cool, and I really appreciate that so much. Um, oh, oh thank you, Gory. Thank you. We're having a blast. I've been looking forward to this since you told us this is what we're doing. I said this is going to be so much fun. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and
let
this
me.
and this one is all my fault. This was my pick.
That's not your fault. This is an awesome pick. This is just an awesome pick. What can you do? What can you say about that?
Oh yeah, this movie's all. I love this movie. It's so cheesy and fun and just a good time all around.
No doubt about that. Why don't you kick us off about the movie? Since
All right. Well, let's see.
I'm gonna drop a few names in our chat here for because I don't think everybody is connected with everybody, so I definitely want to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Connect with everybody up in here for sure. Who
Up in
doesn't
this up in this up in
up
this
in here?
canon
In here?
house.
Yeah.
For those who have not met Miss Glory B movie, I'm dropping her link down, so please feel free to connect. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop some names here. I gotta go get John.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I dig it, John. I dig it. Dungeon Horror is awesome. All right. So American Ninja, of course, is released by Canon and MGM of all people. Yeah. So it was released August 30th, 1985. It is directed by Mr. Sam Firstenberg, and it stars Michael Dudikoff in his like kind of first real big movie. I know he was in like Bachelor Party and stuff in like smaller roles, but
Mhm.
I think this was his first lead, if I'm not mistaken. It also stars Steve James, the incredible Steve James, who unfortunately passed away very early on.
As you can see, my name in today is paying homage to that Kung Fu Joe.
Yep, yep. Also stars the lovely Judie Aronson.
Yay,
Yep.
Judy. And of course, we talked about her in our Friday the 13th series,
Yes, she was
um,
in part four. She was in
part
the final
four.
chapter. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the one that gets killed
the
in the
boat.
raft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I still think she should have been the final girl myself.
I kind of do too. 'Cause
Cause
she's super likable, and she's real likable in this movie too.
oh, she's so cute in this. She
Yeah,
really, she
she
really
really
is.
she's adorable.
Here is our good friend John Horton. He became a creator, so he is now looking for some subs. So please go over there, tell him the cheetah sent you. Tell him that the cat, the bat,
The Bat and the Cat.
and old dude vampire all sent you over to his channel and sub. Hey Larry, how are you, sir? Glad you're here. Glad
Absolutely.
you are here. Um, so yeah, Judy Aronson, yeah, she was darling in this movie.
Yeah, yeah. So she's our female lead. She might even be the only female in this entire movie besides the background people.
Yeah, she is.
I think she is. Yeah.
What,
Um.
what else do you need though? You got Judy. I mean, seriously.
Very true.
Once
Very
you put her in there, is there anybody else you need to put in there?
not really.
No. Yeah, just
Not
saying.
really. And then it stars a few other people that we'll get into, but those are the three sort of names in the
Mhm.
movie. Of course, it's produced by Yoram Globus and Menachem Golan. I think I sort of pronounced that correctly.
I think so.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah. So we start off at Fort Sonora, which is a U.S. Army supply uh, building in the Philippines. And so the Army guys are like, they're just kind of goofing around playing hacky sack and all that jazz. And we meet Private Charlie Madison, and he is the driver of the lovely Patricia Hickok, played by Judie Aronson, and she is the daughter of the colonel of the unit or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, unit.
And then we also meet Private Joe Armstrong, who is a new recruit, and he's played by Michael Dudikoff. And we learn very early on, like literally in the first scene, that Joe is a very much a loner, and he's just kind of hanging back, kind of hanging on the truck, just kind of doing his little knife thing, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's very just into himself.
They made it a point to make sure that we all know that Joe's a loner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Like there's like no doubt. Like, all right, I get it. Yeah. So we have the Colonel Hickok, and and his daughter Patricia. There is a military convoy to escort Patricia somewhere. I don't think they say where. But anyway, Joe is one of the truck drivers in the convoy, and so they get ambushed by these guys with guns. Okay, so we at this point we don't really know what's going on. We just know they're getting ambushed.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to kidnap Patricia. So Joe, being the martial arts expert, uh, fights back, and that I will say the action scenes in this movie are awesome.
Yeah, but they actually are a lot of fun.
They're a lot. They're nothing like too crazy or anything, but they're fun. Exactly. And the really interesting thing is that Michael Dudikoff was not a martial artist at all when he got hired for this movie.
No.
He was an athlete though.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he a dancer?
I believe he might have been a dancer too. Yeah. So he knew how to move his body and stuff. So the fight choreographer got with him, and the director was like, "Is this guy going to be able to handle this?" And then the fight choreographer, after finding out he was all this stuff, he was like, "Oh yeah, he's going to do it, no problem." And I thought it looked, considering he's not a martial artist, I thought it looked fairly good.
Yeah,
everything he did. Not super duper crisp, but like, enough to buy it. You know what I mean?
Right. He looked more, his specialty looked more, not ninjutsu, but honestly, his style seemed a lot more judo based than anything else. He did a lot of flips, and those are really easy to do if you're a gymnast or a dancer. You're used to that, And so I think they played into a strength for that.
Mm-hmm.
John saying that the studio wanted Chuck Norris to star in this series.
They did. And the reason they didn't get Chuck Norris is because Chuck Norris wanted to do it, but then when he realized he had to put a ninja hood on, it was going to cover his face. So Chuck Norris was like, "I don't want my face covered."
Yeah.
So that basically lost him the role of this movie, which I find it hilarious.
Yeah, that's a pretty poor way to lose. That's a pretty poor reason.
But it's like, damn, dude, really?
Yeah, because when he had the mask on, we'll talk about that. The cinematographer made sure they got great shots. I mean, you could see Dudikoff's face, and actually, he looked pretty badass in the mask.
He did, and you could tell it was him.
Yes, totally.
Like you really could tell it was him. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. Star-Lord's in the house. What's going on, Star-Lord?
What's going on, Star-Lord?
Yep. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Let's see. Wait, what is he saying? You should have just demanded.
Yeah,
mistake.
Yeah, you're right. Because he would have been standing there. He would have been standing
hair. Yeah.
On his chest. He would have had all that hair, except for that one part where Bruce Lee ripped it all off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice callback.
the Buddha's palm right on his chest, right?
Yep. Well, that's a fantastic movie too. Way of the Dragon. Yep. Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, we're as you can tell, we're both martial art movie fans. Who'd have thunk, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
You can't live on horror alone. I don't know. That might get us an attack by old dude vampire. But sorry about that, old dude vampire. But sometimes we need some chopsaki in our lives.
The fangs are up right now. They're not down. Don't worry.
The tail straight up, right?
Yes, all right. There you go. That's some fangs right there.
The Cheeto practices paw fu.
There you go.
Hmm.
Nice. All right, so let's see. So yeah, so Joe fights back against the ambush, and the cool part is he uses a bunch of the weapons, um, like he uses stuff as weapons. He uses a screwdriver. He literally takes it and like throws it at his guy and like it impales him in the chest. It was pretty. I was like, damn. And then he uses a tire iron as a weapon, which yeah, tire iron. Oh yeah, I can definitely see tire iron
Definitely.
being an awesome weapon. But yeah, it's a cool little fight scene. And then basically after he defeats all these guys, then a clan of ninjas show up,
That's right.
and they're called the Black Star Ninjas. And so they attack all of the platoon. They attack everybody, and they basically kill almost the entire platoon, except for Joe, Patricia, Charlie, who was the driver of
Hmm.
Patricia, and the Sergeant Ronaldo. Um, Everybody
Ooh.
else, the other five or six, they all die. And yeah, I mean, and like in fairly gruesome ways. Now there's not like I don't even know if there's even blood in this movie. I don't
No,
recall.
they killed the four other soldiers. They stabbed them with ninjas with blades, with spears and katanas.
Yeah, yeah, and those katanas look really badass. I thought
There they are.
they're really cool looking in this movie, even though they were a little short. But so anyway, so yeah, so the Black Star Ninjas, they wipe everybody out. So Joe basically takes Patricia and uh, like hides her in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You have to tell about the outfit though, because she was wearing this cream color outfit, and
yeah,
so it was sticking out in the jungle. So
right,
he had to cover her, and then when she was trying to protest, he had to cover her mouth because the ninjas were right above him, and so he was trying to save her life, and yeah, that was a little tense right there because if they'd been spotted, that probably would have been lights out.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And so yeah, he grabs her. He's like muffling her because she's all like squirming and kind of thing. And so they hide out for a little bit, and then I thought it was interesting when Joe uh takes his knife and cuts her skirt to make it like shorts so she can move faster. I thought that was pretty clever. And he does it in like 2 seconds, like boom, boom, ties it up. And it's like she's ready to go. I was
Right.
like, I was like, damn, that was neat. And he also tears off the heels of her shoes too. Like they just like he like takes it and just goes boom.
Yeah, she's pissed off because those are expensive. Those are expensive heels, and
Yeah.
he just looks at her like he doesn't say anything. He just looks at her like, "Really, you're gonna complain about that now?" And he chops
She's
off
like,
the heels so she can actually walk in the jungle.
yeah, and it's so funny. She's like, oh, you are gonna pay for all of this. I want new clothes. I want new shoes. It's a pretty funny. I thought it was funny. And yeah, so Joe takes Patricia to the lake to hide out. So they're wet, right? So they like hang up their clothes to dry and stuff, and that's when we learn his name is Joe and all this other stuff. But let's see, and I am totally backed up on the chat. There's a whole bunch of
Oh,
people.
I'll catch us up. I'll catch us up. Everybody saying hi to everybody.
Uh,
Jamie's in the house. Katie and Ashley have arrived. And let's see who else is here. Hobbs is saying Hobbs wants everybody to type in their ninja name.
ooh yeah,
Uh,
there you
yep.
go.
So everybody's saying hello to everybody else. So
Shaw Brothers.
yeah, so this is a lot of fun. Thank you guys all for coming.
Yeah.
This is fun. Um, Jamie wants to know how to find out her ninja name. I say it would be Jamie Heartless because she just has skills, mad skills. She just punch out hearts.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Uh,
Those are
Oh, there's Danny Nightmare in there. I have a feeling that is our friend from Horror Addicts right there, climbing into the Bat Cave. Welcome, welcome. Glad you guys are here. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Gory. We really do. Thank you so much.
absolutely. Oh, there you go. Hobbs is the Kung Fu Pumpkin.
Good night, folks.
Love it, Hobbs. Love it.
Oh, Kung Fu Pumpkin.
Ah,
Oh shit. He probably what? Remember they're blowing. Remember they're showing they're showing they're blowing darts for Hobbs. He'd be sitting there blowing pumpkin seeds.
choke on that.
Yeah, choke on that. Evil ninjas.
Oh yes, indeed. That's awesome. Love it, guys. Love
my gosh. Chili Hayes is Larry's
Chili
ninja. That's cool. Yep, that's right.
I like that.
Mr. Bones is Master Bones.
Master Bones, yeah, Master Bones, of course.
Gory B Karate. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Have
I seen the? Okay, so I know of them, and I'm a big Godfrey Ho fan because his movies are absolutely insane. I do plan on covering them eventually.
See, Star-Lord, beware of my 10-inch steel. I think that might be the other channel there. That might be the Vitica Syndrome channel.
Hey, you know.
See, Kyle, you are Harry Master. Okay.
Yep. I can attest to that. Yeah.
See, Ninja could be Danny could be Night Ninja.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. We should have came up with some. We should have came up with Ninja. Next week we're gonna come with
Ninja. The Bat Ninja, right?
Yeah, we need Cat Ninja and Bat Ninja.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Batman did do one. He did do Batman Ninja.
He did. That was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that one a lot.
Yep. I'll have to figure out what the I might just have to borrow Cheetah's name for mine.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so we're back in the jungle, and Joe and Patricia are where are they at now?
All right, so let's see, where am I at? Okay, so now Joe gets her back to the base. So they're back at the base, and then the Colonel says that it's the third time this month that we've been ambushed. I was like, okay, so this is a recurring theme. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sergeant Ronaldo, who's the sergeant that survived the ordeal, he's back, and he's talking to the Colonel, and he blames Joe for the fact that Patricia is missing because they haven't quite gotten back to the base yet. They're on the way, but they don't know where they are. So, and is this the part? Yeah, this is the part where we also meet Curtis Jackson, the corporal, played by the awesome Steve James. Now, Steve James is my favorite character in this entire series. He is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He is this jacked up mountain of a man, and he is funny as heck, super personable, super likable, and really kind of a heck of an actor. He's so good in this movie. And he says that that he thinks that it's the work of ninjas. So I was like, all right. So he obviously is some sort of a martial artist. So let's see. Where am I at? So now we also meet, well, not also meet, but during the attack, we also see the Black Star Ninja, who's like the leader of all the ninjas.
And the
Okay.
reason why he was the leader of the Black Star Ninja because he had a black star on his cheek, so you knew that's who it was.
Kind of like those, like the prison tattoos, but it's like a star and it's like right there.
Yeah. I guess it'd be ninja prison tattoos for him.
Yeah, yeah. I guess so. So we find out that he works for a guy named Victor Ortega, who is who's the guy he's a black marketeer basically.
I just want to know how did they get the name of Ortega when he comes across as French?
He does have a French. What I don't know where the actor guy came from, but yeah, he definitely has some sort of a weird uh, half French, half Spanish. I don't know. It's kind of like a mix
Yeah,
to
he
me.
just came across as French, and I'm like, how did he get the name of the
Certain
Ortega
things, yeah.
French?
I don't know. He probably lives in that little corner between Spain and France. Maybe I don't know.
Right, yeah, right. The Castilians, I think they're called.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I like
but
it.
yeah,
I like.
yeah. So that's yeah. So
We're filling,
Ortega,
we're filling in backstory here.
yeah, we're just making up our own. What the hell? So so Ortega learns of uh Joe. He doesn't know his name or anything, but he's like the Black Star Ninja guy. He told him about him, and he's like, all right, you got to find this guy and you need to kill him.
No, remember how he did it though? He says, "Do you know him?" He goes, "He's ninja. He possesses great skills."
Yeah. Yes.
His accent, his accent was awesome.
This is so like cheesy '80s ninja movie. It's great. Like all the lines, everything. It's just pure cheese all the way. It's fantastic.
The only thing this movie's missing is two slices of bread. That's it.
Yes, they are carb free in this one for sure. So all right, so Joe finally brings Patricia back to the base.
I forgot. I was ready to spring into action. He said,
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So the colonel tells Joe that there's four dead men on his hands, and he is under investigation. And then the Sergeant Ronaldo, informs the colonel.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Anytime that we say Sergeant Ronaldi in the chat, every time we hear the word Ronaldo, go boo, right? Boo in the chat, right? Boo. So every
Yeah.
time you say, I go boo. Okay.
Yes, because he is an asshole.
Yeah. Who's an asshole?
Ronaldo. Ooh.
Boo.
So now it's Ronaldo and the colonel, and they're talking, and he informs the colonel that Joe um, has amnesia. He has no memory after the explosion from 6 years ago. So apparently there was this big explosion from 6 years ago, and so that's the storyline they're going with. So he has amnesia. There you go. All the booze. Take a shot. Yep. Take a shot if that's what you're doing. Good time to do it.
Oh my God.
So and he was also in a bunch of foster homes, the whole deal. And at 16 years old, he was in a reform school and he almost killed a guy. I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, okay. And then also, apparently, 6 months ago, he also got in some other trouble. And now this other trouble, the judge gave Joe a choice: either enlist or go to jail. So, of course, we know that Joe chose to enlist. So that's why Joe is there. So I thought this was an interesting little thing because I don't think that would happen.
Actually, tell you the truth, that did happen. Does happen quite a bit.
Does it
Happened
really?
a lot, yeah. That happened in World War II quite a bit. It happened in Vietnam War quite a bit. Judges would give young men that were on the edge, between going further into a criminal career, they would sit there and say, you could either do time or you could serve your country and potentially become something. And a lot of young men, that's what happened. They were faced with that, and they would take the service.
That
So
just
yeah,
seems
that
so
was actually
crazy
big.
to me. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I didn't know that was a legit thing. So yeah, so now we cut to Joe back at the base, and Charlie, the driver, uh, points out Joe to Corporal Jackson, and he literally says, "There's that bastard." That is the literal words that come out of Charlie's mouth. It's like, Charlie, come on, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, so all right, so that's kind of the little intro, and then we cut again, and now we go to Ortega meeting up with these two guys he's trying to do some kind of a deal with, and they meet up. They pass along, and then we get the scene where we get introduced to Shinyuki. Now Shinyuki is Ortega's landscaper, and he is like this little Japanese guy with the mustache, kind of like mine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that on purpose, no, but
John Fujoka, who was a tremendous character actor who did a lot of great movies in his career.
he did, and so we meet him, and he's just kind of sitting there, kind of cutting stuff in the little lake or whatever it is, little pool, and he's very he's that stereotypical um, like Asian uh, master type of thing, sensei, type of look, like the whole time you're like, all right, yeah, this guy knows something, something's up. So, but that's all we see of him at this point. We don't see anything else.
No.
And although he does say that Tsunyuki is a former Japanese soldier and he doesn't speak. So I was like, okay, so he's okay. So then they walk a little more, and we see that there's also in his little compound, there's also the ninja compound where all the Black Star ninjas are training. So yeah, so he's just
yeah,
giant
yeah.
piece of land. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. And then the part that really cracked me up was there were different sets of ninjas in different costumes, in different colored ninja costumes. There was like a red group, all in head to toe in red. They had a purple group. They had a yellow group,
The
and of
red
course
group.
the black group.
Yeah.
So they had your typical ninjas, and then you had all these colored costumes. So I
It was
thought that was really that. I don't know why, but that always cracked me up.
Yeah, it looked like definitely like that was like a homage almost to Enter the Dragon, because when we first enter Han's Island, it was the same thing there. They had different costumes. I don't think they had quite as many, but they did have their men in white and yellow and blue, and I think there was one other color, but they had them all there. They're all standing in a court, exercising and doing techniques, and it was the same thing for this one. Because Ortega, he's got his buyers because what he's doing. He's an arms merchant, and they're stealing the arms. In the first part of the movie, we see that they're stealing weapons, and he's selling them on the black market. So he's got this missile system that he wants to sell. So he's trying to impress the buyer by sitting there. Not only do we have your equipment, but we also have the security because this is my private army. And he had regular stormtroopers as well. Regular soldiers around as well, with automatic weapons.
Yes,
Um,
that couldn't hit a fly. Yeah,
Star-Lord is doing ninja stand up here.
he is.
Why do ninjas drink during the summer? What do ninjas drink during the summer? Karate.
Karate.
Hey, Echo.
What's going on? So so during this uh, demonstration, I guess for the buyers, um, the the main Black Star Ninja master uh, actually kills a trainee.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
kind of takes him and breaks his neck, and
That's
it's like,
that's
okay,
stuff.
that was totally messed up. Like that was, yeah. So like, so this dude is a complete badass. Like it's just, yeah. It's like, all right, so this guy will just kill anybody.
You think someone called OSHA on him? For unsafe work conditions?
You know, if this was a legal organization, possible.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, so all right, so now we cut back to the base, and this is this part's really fun.
Yeah.
This is when Corporal Jackson
Mhm.
starts ragging on Joe for not being a team player, and so he basically goads Joe into a fight. Now Joe, of course, doesn't want to fight because when
He's already.
if you're a true martial artist, you don't want to fight. You know what I mean? So he's just trying to like walk away and stuff, and then so Jackson like basically attacks him, but yeah, Joe basically uses judo and just throws him around, and
Yeah.
it's like just uses his weight, the whole deal. Yeah, total judo stuff right here.
Yeah. He's
And
totally on the defensive too. He never attacks Jackson. I mean, it's pure defensive. Even when he's using the hose, it's still just purely defense. He proves his superiority, but he doesn't press it. He looks like, I can do this to you all day, but I'm not going to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you.
right, right. But there's a really cool part towards the end of the fight where Joe actually puts a bucket over his head, so Joe cannot see now. And so Jackson gets all cocky and stuff. And yes, speaking of, there you go, right there.
This is not a scripted show. This is not scripted. I did not know that he was going to do that. Damn, that's some chemistry right there, brother.
Boom, I got you, buddy. Yeah. So and of course, Joe blocks it and flips him over again. And so at this point, Jackson basically admits defeat.
And he's very gracious in doing that too. He knows, he knows what Joe could have hurt him many times over, but he didn't. And it shows Jackson that he's not rash or impulsive. That's what really impresses him. He's not a rash or impulsive man. And he doesn't move on emotion. He wasn't upset. All he wanted to do was just prove his point that, you know, I'm just by myself. I don't know. I don't trust anybody, because they don't know his background, so they wouldn't know that. And then when Jackson sees that Joe is showing complete restraint and that he's a much better martial artist, he respects Joe for that.
Very much so, yeah. And
Yeah,
then he's like, he kind of tells everybody too. He's like, all right, Joe's all right, kind of thing.
you all right.
Yeah, yeah. So so basically now, and it doesn't tell us how much time passes during this
But
part.
wait, there's one critical part though. We had to go talk about that part.
Hmm.
So after the fight, who comes over to try to cause trouble?
Who?
Ronaldo. That's right. Ronaldo, remember, he comes over and says, I saw what happened. He attacked you and you're defending yourself. And Jackson is turning around saying, this is how in this situation, this is how you react. Like he was putting it over like, there you go. Who? That's right. That's right. Hold on.
That's right.
So right, yeah. So Ronaldo, he's trying to tell his troops that Joe and him were just doing a demonstration, and Ronaldo comes over and tries to make it out like they were fighting, and Joe was attacking a superior officer, and that's not what happened. And Jackson tries to tell him that, and Ronaldo tries to pay it off, and he tells him to report to the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't forget that part.
No, no.
Yeah.
But there is another uh yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a scene right after too where like Joe and Jackson kind of bond like during the training and stuff. But it's
Mhm.
like I said, I don't the way they film it is no telling like if this was like a day or a couple weeks, no idea. But
Yeah.
but we now know that Joe and Jackson are friends. There's just like this little bitty scene where like yeah you can just tell that they've bonded already.
You
I was
know,
like
what's really interesting too about that scene is considering how how hungry and like Joe didn't have has never had a friend. He has been he's been so tied up alone. We forget that Joe is only 21 or 22 at this stage, and
right
Jackson's an older like an older brother figure. And when they're walking together, and Joe puts his arm around Curtis's neck, he pats him on the head. That scene really there was a little bit like it was a small scene, but it was an important one because you can see Joe finally has trusted this man, and he
yeah
really believes that he has his best interest at heart, and so he sort of relaxes a little bit like he's one of the guys, whereas before he's been totally within himself. I thought it was a really nice little scene right there.
yeah I totally agree. So now we cut to let's see. So now they go to a thing where Charlie approaches uh, Joe and with Joe and Jackson, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna miss this date. I need somebody to bring this note to my date, kind
Mm.
of thing." And Jackson's like, "Oh, I got PT or I got something coming up in like 10 minutes or whatever. I can't do it." So Joe's like, "I'll do it," and so he's like, "All right." So he gives Joe the note, and Joe borrows Jackson's motorcycle.
That's right,
Uh,
and
to
that's how you know they're friends for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, who's gonna lend your motorcycle? You know what I mean? Yeah, especially since earlier we saw Jackson on the motorcycle, and you're like, yeah,
It's my
So
baby.
anyway, so Joe, so they're like, well, wait, how you gonna get out of here? How you gonna pass the guards and blah blah blah? He's like, oh, no problem. So he finds this like I don't know some kind of lift thing, and he just like, oh no problem. He just boom, and he just goes right over the wall. It really like this is it's so 80s. It's ridiculous. And so he goes to the place, and of course, who does he find?
Who?
The
Not
lovely Patricia.
Ronaldo. Oh,
Not Ronaldo. No, he finds the lovely Patricia waiting for him. So the whole thing was a ruse to get him with Patricia. So Patricia set up the whole thing, and so they basically now go on a date, pretty much. And so she takes him to the local restaurant, and of course, who's at the freaking restaurant? We see our good buddy Sergeant Ronaldo, and he's dining with Victor Ortega. Hmm, that no good so and so. So yeah, um, so Ronaldo is involved with all of this crazy black market, uh, uh, artillery and whatnot. Let's see.
uh,
There you go.
June jumped in with a big boo.
There you go. Yeah, all motorcycles can jump fences and keep running. That's right. And actually, did you see the way the motorcycle landed? Um,
Yeah,
like it was like they
it looked
they
like it was
cut
going to
they cut
snap
it
in
real quick.
half. It looked like
It
it was
did.
about ready to snap in half.
It was about to. Yeah. So yeah, but they cut it to where he just continues. It's pretty funny. So yeah, okay, so yeah, so we see Ronaldo dining with Ortega. Ortega tells Ronaldo that he wants uh, Joe dead. So this is now the second time he said this. First he said it to the ninja master. Now he's saying to Ronaldo. Let's see. And so now Joe and Patricia go back to Patricia's house, and of course they start kissy kissy. You know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, hell, I don't blame him for that.
Well, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
absolutely. Sean's in the house. What's going on, Sean?
Oh, what's going on, Sean?
And let's see. So now we cut to uh, Ronaldo again, crazy Ronaldo, and he sends Joe to the motor pool, and so there's a whole scene where he travels to the motor pool, and he goes to Warehouse 5, and this is where Joe gets ambushed
Yeah.
by a bunch of ninjas,
Ton of ninjas.
and of course, you know, Joe being Joe, he defeats them all pretty swiftly.
Yeah.
You know, he takes their weapons and basically kills them with their own weapons.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. So and then the whole fight scene culminates with Joe jumping on a motorcycle with a sidecar, and so the guy's like driving away on the motorcycle. Joe jumps into the sidecar part, and he's like fighting the bad guy as this thing's going down the road.
Yeah, he's being chased by his own truck that he's rolled up in.
Yeah, so another guy stole his truck, and so
And
yeah, so it's this whole big scene. It's actually a pretty cool little action sequence, I thought. And it ends up with Joe um, hiding under his truck, with all the stolen guns and stuff. And the truck basically gets brought to Ortega's compound. Yep, Warehouse
yeah,
5, not Warehouse 13, but Warehouse
no,
5.
that would if they would have went to Warehouse 13, I probably would have lost my shit if I would have heard
Oh,
that.
dude, that would have been awesome. Super fantastic show. If you haven't seen it, Warehouse 13, look it up. It's streaming on some stuff. Great show. So of course Joe enters the compound because he kind of snuck in under the truck, and then Joe ends up hiding up into the rafters of the building. Yeah. So let's see. Kyle apparently wants tacos. I don't blame him.
I thought boo and tacos.
Yeah. Boone tacos. So let's see. So Joe escapes basically to the jungle now, but he's stopped by Shinyuki, who's the little Japanese landscaper guy. And Shinjuki actually speaks to Joe, and he says that they are connected. And he was like, "What do you mean?" Blah blah blah. And then Shinjuki just disappears, like completely just disappears. I don't know, like he's gone.
Right.
And so Joe runs back to the base, you know, through the jungle. So upon returning to the base, Joe gets arrested by the military police for stealing military equipment. That's what they said.
Yeah, even though he was assigned to drive the truck,
Right?
so you know that they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, it's a whole coup to get rid of Joe. They don't like him. They don't want him. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, we know now that Ronaldo's in on it, so it's a whole big conspiracy thing. And then now this is the point where Corporal Jackson realizes Joe's being set up.
That's right.
So he's like, I got to help my friend, you know, type of deal. And so now it's nighttime, And there you go with the booze. All right. So now it's nighttime, and the the Black Star Master Ninja basically infiltrates uh, the military stockade, I guess we call it,
Right.
and he's there to kill Joe. So Joe is sitting there in the jail cell because he's in jail now, in the military jail, and so the Black Star Ninja basically kills all the military police that are on duty. Like it's like
Yeah.
fine, fine, fine. So like yeah, this dude is legit too. So eventually what's going to happen. Joe's going to have to fight this guy.
Right.
Like it's just it sets it up so much for this. Like every little scene. So anyway, the Black Star Ninja breaks into Joe's cell because he does his sword through the bed.
Right.
Of course, Joe's not there. Joe's hiding, behind the wall, and so there's a little bit of a scuffle, you know. And now this is the first fight between Joe and the Black Star Ninja.
That's right.
And
Just
so
let you guys know. Sorry. Just let you guys know. The chat. If you guys are new, some of you guys are new. Anytime you hear the word Ronaldo, type in "boo" in the chat. So that's our cue. If you hear Ronaldo, type "boo." Okay,
yeah,
go on.
yeah. So now, so the fight basically takes place on top of a bunch of military vehicles. They're kind of going from vehicle to vehicle, kicking, punching, the whole deal. And then the military police show up, and the Black Star Ninja uh, throws some throwing stars, some ninja throwing stars,
Some
and
shuriken.
kills and ends up killing one of the military police guys. And
Right, he's already killed like 8 or 9 of them already.
right. But this one, like other people are around, so they see the throwing star go into this guy, but they don't see who throw it because he's all camouflaged and stuff. It's dark and he's in black, and he basically disappears now. The way ninjas do.
Right. Yeah. Ninja
And
magic.
yeah, so Joe runs off, and he actually is able to get to Jackson, and he basically tells Jackson what's going on here. And so now we cut to a couple minutes later where uh, Joe, Jackson, and Patricia, they all go to the colonel, which is Patricia's daddy,
Hmm.
and they tell him that Ronaldo is in on the scheme with Ortega. So the colonel's like, "Oh man, not Ronaldo," in this like stupid. He had a weird accent, but like um, he basically said that Ronaldo uh, is one of my boys. I've known him forever, kind of thing. But he'll launch an investigation about the whole thing.
Isn't this where this when I watched the movie the first time? This is where I started to get that funny feeling like the colonel was going to be on the shit. It's like, how come he's not reacting a little bit more like you think that he would? He's sort of like dragging his feet.
Yeah.
And he sort of got the idea by that time that he was in on the deal.
Yep. Yeah. This is when you really start questioning the colonel here.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, instead, all the MPs come to the colonel's house.
Yeah.
And he has Joe, or he's trying to get Joe arrested for killing the military police guy with the throwing star. But they all come in, and Joe kind of escapes out the back door. Joe runs a lot in this movie.
Joe does, and he drives a lot too.
He does. So he drives at this part. He actually gets into a military vehicle, and he takes off. And of course, who follows him?
Ronaldo Boo.
Our good friend Ronaldo. That's right.
Ronaldo Boo.
Oh man, this son of a gun.
Son of a bitch. More like it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't cut him a break. He was evil.
Man, this guy, I wanted him dead the second I saw him. This guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh man, this guy's something else. So there's a big chase scene. Ronaldo's chasing Joe, and they're both driving.
And even though they're like 5 feet away from each other, like the cars are like right there, and Ronaldo shooting at him, Ronaldo had those stormtrooper skills too when
He
when
did.
it came down to shooting.
He was in cahoots with Ortega and them, and none of them could shoot worth a damn either. So
Yeah,
I guess it just kind of runs in the whole deal, right?
I guess they're probably rejects from the Bad Guy Factory.
Yeah, yeah. Most likely. Wait, let me see. Make sure. I want to make sure I don't have a picture to throw up. No, okay.
That would have been yeah, that would have been awesome.
All right. So basically, yeah, there's a big chase scene that happens, and it ends up with Ronaldo uh, crashing into a tree, and his vehicle blows up. So
Dude, that scene had me in tears. I was crying when I was watching that today.
it was awesome.
Because
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
It reminded me of the scene of that, like I said, in the film Undercover Brother, where they're chasing each other in the golf carts, and those
Yes.
guys are driving the golf cart and they're driving right toward the gas, and they're driving slow and they're going like this, and they hit the little gas thing at 10 miles an hour and blow up. That's what it reminded me of. It was hilarious.
Oh
And
yeah.
yes, that will be the last of the booze because Ronaldo is now booed up or burnt up.
Yep. The final boo. The final boo.
American Ninja 6, the final boo.
The final boo. Yes, indeed. So of course now we officially learn that the Colonel is in on the scheme too.
Why they're chasing Joe in the military? Because all the military cops followed. Black Star Ninja enter the house,
Yes.
and he wasn't very nice to Patricia.
He was not at
No,
all.
he not only did he knocked her out with a single shot, but he also poisoned. Also gave her like a knockout drug or whatever. And so they kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because and they kidnapped Patricia, but at the same time, Ortega and the Colonel, which we now see, are definitely in cahoots. He's saying, we're not doing any more. We're not doing no more deals, and I'm going to come by. I like the line where he says, "I'm going to come by tomorrow morning and pick up all the gear that you stole from me."
Yeah.
Like, you really think Ortega and his mighty Black Star ninjas are going to let you do that? Just walk in there and like pick up your missile system?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
June says, "Boo, bye, Ronaldo." Yep, there he goes. That was it.
Indeed. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
I'm all out of booze to give.
Hey, boo, bam. There you go.
So it was they kidnapped the colonel's daughter, and then Ortega walks off, and that takes us to our third act.
Sure does.
It does.
So now Joe returns to the Ortega compound
Mm-hmm.
and meets up with our buddy Shinyuki.
That's right.
Who basically reveals that he's the one that raised Joe, and he trained him in the art of ninjutsu. And the explosion separated them. So apparently this was so he was 16, right? So I guess he's 22 now. Yeah.
The reason why he was on there is because he was a World War II soldier that had been left behind.
Yes.
He was he still thought World War II was going on.
He did. Now remember, this all takes place in the Philippines.
Right. And the Japanese occupied the Philippines in World War II. So totally plausible. And realistically, because there were soldiers up to 35, 36 years before they were finally discovered and told that the war was over.
Yeah. Which is that blows my mind that actually happened. That's wow. Yeah, that is something else. But yeah, so so they're sitting there talking. It's a very uh, Daniel Miyagi scene right here. So
The only
now
thing
remember,
missing
Karate
was the
Kid.
wax on and wax off.
Karate Kid came out a year before this,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if it was an influence on this scene or not. It could have been. I don't know. Um,
Let me ask you this question. You don't have to answer it now, but you can answer it at the end of our deep dive.
mm,
But which film was better, Karate Kid or American Ninja?
I will.
We'll ask the chat that
We'll ask the
if
chat.
you've seen both movies, tell us what you think, and then we'll get Al's response at the end of the movie.
Yes, and the cheater's response as well.
That's right.
So now Shinjuki tells Joe that it is time for your final lesson, and he basically uh, teaches him to honor the code of the Bushido. And it's this whole thing. He talks about ninja magic and the whole deal. So so Joe now knows that he has to kill Ortega and he has to eradicate the whole situation basically. Um, so now it's the big part now. So Joe infiltrates uh, the compound, and now he's dressed head to toe in ninja garb, which I do have a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You got to give it up for Michael Dudikoff too. Not only was he did a fight scenes pretty well, his acting was young. He's young, but he's really striking young man. He was very handsome back then. And the mask, when you see this, you definitely see it's him, and you can see you can actually see his expressions and his emotions through the mask. You knew what he was thinking, and I know it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I couldn't understand Chuck Norris not wanting to do something like that because, but it worked out for the better.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm actually going to put up a poll, so
Oh
everyone
yeah,
can vote.
let's do the poll. I was looking for that too, and I was like, oh, I'm not here. I'm on your side.
You're on my side tonight.
Uh-oh. And remember too, folks, next week we will be back here again on Al's channel to discuss American Ninja 2.
The confrontation.
That's right.
All right, so yeah, so Joe in full, like I said, in full garb, he infiltrates the compound, and there's a part where now Ortega brings out Patricia, and he was like, "You need to drop all your weapons, blah blah blah, or I'm going to kill her." So of course Joe drops his weapons, and let's see where I'm at. I lost my
And then
spot.
he was like, now let the girl go. He says, that's not part of the deal, American Ninja. And
Yeah,
then yeah.
yeah, and Ortega keeps calling him American, American.
Yeah. Doesn't he know the guy has a name? It's Joe. How
He
hard
has
is
no idea.
you know?
Yeah, he has no clue. He has no clue. Which I think is funny. He has no idea who this guy is. He just knows him as American, American,
Yeah,
American.
American Ninja. He possessed great skills.
You know. But the interesting thing is that Shinyuki appears out of thin air, by the way, and starts helping Joe fight off all these ninjas. And there's a massive sword fight that happens at this point. And they're all, I mean, everybody's going to town. It's really like it's a good 20-25 people involved in this fight.
And
Pretty
we
cool.
got to say this too. Their fight scene was really good. I mean, it was a lot better than a lot of Hong Kong action movies.
Yes.
In the fact they were attacked by many people. I mean, they were being attacked by all sides. Whereas, the Hong Kong movies, they always seem to have like 30 bad guys, but they only attack one at a time. It's like there's 30 of you. If you bum rushed all of them, you bum rush them, they're not going to win. I don't care how good they are. If you got 30 there and you rush two, you're going to win. Some of you might get chopped up a little bit, but you're going to win. And I appreciate the fact that they showed that scene, and they had to fight really hard to get out of it. It wasn't just like okay, you stand there, I'm going to knock this guy down, then you come up and attack me one by one. It was like it was a good melee. It was really good. I liked it. Oh, and who do we see? We saw a familiar a face in that scene too.
We did, and if you blink, you probably miss him. But Richard Norton actually shows up in the scene, and he also does a lot of the stunts in the movie as well. But for those that know who Richard Norton is, kudos.
Richard Norton is the man.
Yeah, very very cool martial artist, and he was in a ton of movies in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, so Sunyuki appears. He helps Joe during the big fight. However, there's one point now that Shizuki disappears. He uses his little ninja magic to make himself invisible, right? And he jumps in front of I don't remember what kind of weapon it was, but he jumps in front of a sword or something that's heading right toward Joe. And so basically, Sunyuki sacrifices himself to save Joe. Yeah, which I thought was, I was like, oh man,
But that's when you knew the Black Star Ninja was gonna die a most horrific death.
Oh yeah. So now you just like, Joe, you need to just kill all these some bitches right now.
Mm-hmm. The only thing missing from that scene is Joe pulling down his mask and saying, "You killed my master."
Yeah, right. Then this would be like the ultimate ninja movie, right? Well, it kind of is, really.
It is. It is the ultimate. Yeah.
So, but now during all of this craziness, Joe also gets some more help because the military police show up with our good buddy Corporal Jackson.
You mean to say Corporal Rambo?
He's basically Rambo. Yeah, I mean he has the bandana on. The whole deal, like his muscles are bulging.
Yeah,
he comes in with the gun on top of the back of the car, and he's just going to town. And it's it's like, all right, cool, Jackson's here. So he jumps off and he gets in a bunch of fights with a bunch of different people.
Yeah,
including this Bolo Young knockoff. I guess the real Bolo was busy. I don't know, but this beefy dude who actually gives Jackson a run for his money.
He did. I mean, Jackson punched him in the sack, and he still bounced back from that. I was pretty impressed with that. I mean, Bolo took one shot from John Saxon and died, and this guy took a punch from Jackson and Corporal Jackson and lived. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, this dude was pretty badass. I have to say, but it ends up he throws him into the wall. He basically throws his head into the wall and kind of knocks him out.
Right.
But pretty cool fight scene. And like I said, Steve James should have been a much bigger star than he was.
Well, he did this movie. He did the ninja movies. And then after this, I think he only had the one other big role that he had that I can remember in, and that was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, where he played Kung Fu Joe.
Yeah.
And he died. He died really young. He died in his early 40s of I believe it was colon cancer.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, he was only like 41 or 42 when he passed.
Yep.
But I mean, he looked absolutely in shape. He was. When you see him, you just think this guy's going to live to be 90, because he's in phenomenal physical shape. But
there you go.
T. Betty says that she was a ninja in her other life. Hell yeah, I believe that.
Aren't we all?
Star Lord says Bolo Young, legend. Well, yeah, he's legendary. He's legendary for getting his ass kicked by John Saxon. No,
Chinese Hercules, man. Chinese Hercules.
Dude, I love Bolo too, man. Bolo's awesome.
Yeah, Bolo's the man. Oh, yeah, Bolo's awesome.
Bloodsport, just like
Yeah. So all right, let's see. There's only a couple little scenes left. So now we cut to uh, basically the final battle between Joe and the Black Star Ninja, and they use a whole bunch of weapons. The Black Star Ninja's outfit is like the freaking bat suit. It
yeah,
has
it's like
so many weapons in this damn thing. There's a fire. It's fire that emits from his sleeve.
yeah.
There's a bullet thing that he wears on his other hand that he shoots bullets at
Dude,
Joe.
what about the laser though?
And there's a laser. I mean, there's all kinds. It's really cool. I'm like, man, this is like total '80s. Like, yeah. It's awesome. It's just
I mean,
the whole
the
time
Power Rangers,
you
the
just take
Power
it
Rangers
all
were
in.
probably sitting over there taking notes.
Yeah, I mean, there's smoke bombs, throwing stars. Uh, there's a and then
That laser though was the shit. That flamethrower, and the laser were the shit.
yeah. Those were like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah,
And then it ends up it culminates in a big like katana fight in the pond that Shinyuki was taking care of when we first met him. So I thought that was interesting. There's a little callback to Shinyuki there.
yeah.
And so Joe ends up finally killing the Black Star Ninja. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
And,
painfully too.
yeah. It was a really cool fight. Definitely worth checking out. I'm sure you can probably just watch the fight if you want on YouTube. I'm sure, probably. But then, of course, one other thing happens, in that Ortega has a helicopter ready for him, and he basically kills the two buyer guys that were there earlier. And they're like freaking out from all this crazy shit that's going on, which I don't blame them. And so he kills both of them, and he grabs Patricia and takes her to the helicopter. So our boy Joe basically jumps onto the helicopter right before it gets up too high, and he climbs up and he starts fighting off Ortega. he kind of he punches him right. I mean, boom! He punches him right in the face. It was pretty awesome.
And Ortega looks at Joe and says, "You have tremendous skills."
Yes. Yeah, I love all these weird like one-liners that are just so random in the weirdest spots. And so Joe punches out Ortega. He grabs Patricia and they jump off onto one of the roofs of one of the buildings on the compound.
That's right.
And then our boy Jackson,
or Rambo,
aka Rambo, grabs this giant bazooka, as you can see in the picture here.
That's right.
And he shoots the helicopter and blows up Victor Ortega.
That's right. Our hero.
Our good hero, Corporal
Rambo.
Curtis Jackson,
aka Rambo.
Yes. And then so Joe brings Patricia off the roof, and he kind of throws her down to Jackson. I thought that was kind of funny. And then the last shot is of Michael Dudikoff, Joe, and he kind of takes off his ninja hood, and he just kind of stares off.
Yeah.
And movie ends. Now,
oh man, what a fun movie this was.
But wait, but then the funny part is the camera cuts back, and the camera is now on the helicopter that just got blown up. By the way.
Oh yeah.
And it goes off, and you see all the compound, and of course, it's from the helicopter, which I thought was pretty funny. I'm like, didn't you just blow that damn thing up? But whatever. But
it could have been Airwolf.
It could have been. It could have been. Yeah. All right.
This was a fun movie for sure.
It was. Ooh, Bolo Young versus Ricky Steamboat. Ooh.
I mean, they had good fights. Like you said before, they didn't make Dudikoff do a lot of, like, there wasn't any really in close fighting, like, hand fighting. There was a lot of sword play and whatnot. But as far as like in technique shown hand to hand, there really wasn't any of that shown. It was mostly swords and spears and stuff like that. And because they protected Dudikoff since he wasn't a martial artist. Now, Steve James, on the other hand, I do believe he was a legitimate a martial artist.
He was,
Uh,
yeah.
but they, because they, but they didn't really even show him doing all that much either. But I think that was just because they didn't want to show up Dudikoff. I mean, it'd be sort of bad saying American Ninja, and then his right hand, his buddy over here is doing all the heavy lifting. So
Right.
I think they probably scaled that back a little bit, to make Dudikoff look stronger. But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was cheese. There's one scene, if you look real closely during the final firefight, like when people get shot, they generally go backwards. There's one guy gets shot and he throws himself from the porch on forward. That's absolutely hilarious. When you see
Yeah.
him get shot, it's one of the best things in the whole movie. He throws himself forward after he gets shot.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a bunch of little things like that make this movie awesome.
Uh, the acting for what it was, I wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously the three mains were the key. Judie, Aronson,
Steve James and
Steve James and Michael Dudikoff.
yeah.
I thought it was fine. The locations were beautiful. The Philippines, a lot of martial arts films get filmed over there.
Oh yeah.
Even today, they're still filmed over there. Now they're being filmed mostly in Thailand, but for a long time, a lot of all the martial art movies, that's where they went. They went to the Philippines to do it.
Right.
Let's see. Bolo Young versus
Versus Tongpo.
Beepers, yeah.
Tongpo from
I like Bolo Young. I mean, he was always he always made a good bad guy, but he actually got a chance a couple of times to play a good guy, and
he started off as a good guy.
he got to do some in his career too. I think I saw two movies where he was the good guy, and he faced off against Matthias Hughes a couple of times.
Yes.
Matthias Hughes is that big German guy that was just yacked. I mean, big dude.
Big old son of a gun. Yep.
Right. And he got to go off against him in a couple of movies in the 80s. The 80s had a lot of fun martial art movies.
They really did. That was and I was a kid. I was like 5 years old when this movie came out. So
God.
this was right up my alley.
Yeah, I won't tell you how old I was in this movie. Okay, our poll so far is what? I can live with this. I can live with this. 12 votes and 75 to 25. So there are some people that liked American Ninja more than they liked the Karate Kid. That's very impressive, actually. I didn't think American Ninja would get a single vote, but there you go.
Bam, there you go.
I voted for American Ninja because I always like the underdog. But some of you guys were voting too, so it was a fun movie. And of course, like you said, they came out right away because that's the Cannon's way. It's like once they had a little bit of a hit on their hands, they immediately went out there and did another one. Yep. And this movie they made for about $1 million, yep. And the return on it at the box office was a little over $10 million. But where this movie blew up it wasn't at the box office; it was home rental,
home video, baby.
Yep. Who knows how much money this movie made on the home rental?
Who I bet a lot.
I know my brother's probably responsible for like 30% of it.
Yes, indeed.
It's like when SRS has a sale where they release a new movie, SR Cinemas, and Casey buys one. There you go. That's where their box office comes from. It comes from Casey. Yeah. Let's see. Bolo doesn't get mad; he gets annoyed, like flies buzzing around him. That's right. He goes.
There you go. Yeah, Tiger Claws. I love the Tiger Claws movies. By the way,
Did you say Blood Claws?
No, no, no. Tiger claws, tiger
You
claws.
know what? You know what? I feel really bad. I do. I feel really bad because I'm sitting over here this week, and I see Eccles. He comes out and he's starting a new series, and he's starting to cover asylum movies. And I felt really bad because I said, "Oh my God, I traumatized the poor guy." You know, he watched Blood Claws, and all of a sudden now he's like, I must watch asylum movies, and I feel bad because it's like, did I do that to him? And I'm worried about him.
It's all your
Uh,
fault.
but he's got a new series out,
Yes.
Echo Zero, and the first movie he watched, I got to go watch this review, is Ape versus Monster.
Yes. Which I am interested to see. I don't know why I'm interested to see it, but I'm interested in seeing it.
I just, you know what? It's gonna be as bad as Hornet, right? You got to watch that movie. Oh my God, you will be your jaw will be on the floor. You'll be like, yeah, you'll be hanging upside down for like weeks.
Nice.
Uh, let's
But
see.
I do have a couple of fun facts about American Ninja.
Sure.
Did you know that there's a paperback novelization of American Ninja?
No, I did not know that.
There is. It is, of course, long out of print, but there is one that exists. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Wow.
And let's see. In an interview in 2012, Michael Dudikoff revealed that he sweated so much during the fight scenes um, because he had malaria during the fight scenes.
Wow.
It's like, damn, dude. So yeah, so he had malaria when he was doing all this crazy stuff. I was like, that's actually pretty impressive. Of course, like we said, Michael Dudikoff had no martial arts experience before filming this movie. He learned quickly, and he actually ended up becoming a black belt.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Let's see. And there is an official body count for this movie as well.
Whoa.
Would you like to take a guess at the number? Now, remember, this
Um,
is of the entire movie, all these ninjas.
okay. I will say 175.
All right. Anybody in the chat have a guess on how many
Because
people?
I know Commando had like 204 or 205, and there wasn't as many in American Ninja as in a Commando. I don't
Well,
think.
no, I believe Commando probably had a bigger budget. I'm sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, somebody in the chat take a guess, and I will reveal the official number in a few minutes.
that's
Oh,
right.
well, since we were talking about the poll, which one's better, The Karate Kid or American Ninja?
Yeah. Who did
Um,
you?
I did not vote in the poll. However, I would have voted for Karate Kid.
I would have voted for American Ninja because I think it's so much fun.
Now, now I love both movies. I love American Ninja. I actually own the entire series. I own all five movies. So I'm a big fan. I love these movies. Like I said, it's very nostalgic for me personally. So I used
Mm-hmm.
to watch it all the time when I was younger. Uh, so yeah, but very,
How would you
very
say? How would you say it? Would you say that? Would you? I would say that Mr. Miyagi over Shinuki, but I would definitely say Patricia over the girl in the Karate Kid. Definitely.
over Elizabeth Shue.
Oh hell yes!
I
Are
don't
you
know.
kidding me?
I don't know.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. Judie Aronson's gorgeous.
Well,
And Michael Dudikoff, Ralph Macchio. You got to go with I think now I would love, if there was a perfect world, you would love to see Michael Dudikoff come on to the
Cobra Kai.
to Cobra Kai.
That would be amazing. I
That
would.
would be.
I would love that. That would be
Could you
awesome.
imagine if his character came on to Cobra Kai?
That was
Dude,
that.
that would be sick. That would absolutely be sick. I would love that.
We have a new sensei,
Yeah,
Sensei Joe Armstrong.
that's right. That's
I
right.
love it. All right,
Yeah, that would be cool as hell. Okay, we got guest
we got
counts
some
here.
guesses. All right, we got 60.
155 for June, and Hobbs is saying 149.
All right, so out of those three and your guess, you said 175, right?
John said 60
Yeah. All right, so the closest
without going over.
Now, you want to go the closest without going over, or do you want
Well,
to do the
I'm just
closest?
thinking Price is Right. I'm just saying, you could do like Drew Carey.
The closest is Hobbs, but
Wow,
because the official number is 114.
114.
Yep, that's the body count in this movie. 114 places. Yes, my
No,
mom's giving away all the secrets.
actually, yeah, I guess without going over, it would have been John.
Yeah, because John's the only one that didn't go over.
Yeah.
And yes,
Uh,
my mom's giving away all my secrets. I actually did take karate classes because of all these movies.
you took classes because of American Ninja?
American
That's
Ninja, Karate
epic.
Kid, all of them. Ninja Turtles, all of that. Yeah,
That is epic.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
Pat prefers the Karate Kid remake. Hell yeah, I do all day long. The Karate Kid remake is absolutely awesome.
I have never seen the Karate Kid remake, and I'm not going to.
Jackie Chan and Iron Monkey? Are you kidding me?
I,
Oh my God,
I
dude,
like Jackie Chan, but
that's like not watching Michelle Yeoh or Chen Young Fat. I mean, really? Oh, you're missing out. You're missing
yeah,
out. That remake is so dope.
see.
And they should have left the last scene though. They should have left that in the movie though. Where because they cut that out of their movie, just like in the first movie where Miyagi faces off against God, Cressy. They had the same type of final scene in the Karate Kid, but they
Mhm.
cut it out just like they did in the Karate Kid. But it was an awesome final scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
you can play the movie. You can play the movie reels of Karate Kid and American Ninja on Bolo biceps, and he votes with his ass creating. The thing is though, the thing is though about Bolo, he's good, but he got crushed by John Saxon. He got crushed. You just can't get over that.
But in real life, Bolo would have crushed John Saxon.
Well, no, he wouldn't if he got dealt with. Are you kidding me? You saw what happened. That's like I dare say that John Saxon is probably America's finest martial arts fighter.
Hey,
I used to drive my buddy Catfish crazy with that shit.
that's
I
funny.
said, look what happened to Jim Kelly. He got killed by a Han, but look at John Saxon. He crushed Bolo. John Saxon's better than Jim Kelly. He go crazy.
Yeah. All
Um,
right. So, John, I actually do have a suggestion for you. How about Cage Fighter, starring John Moxley?
or 12 rounds part 3 with John Moxley.
Yes, Lockdown. There you go.
We're gonna have a lot of fun if we do more of these adventure shows like this because we have so many cheesy ones that we could draw upon.
Oh God, yeah.
Hell yeah! Do you guys
Yeah,
like
well,
these types of movies too? Right? You guys, you like us doing these? I mean, I'm looking at the view count. And I'm going like, yeah, they do.
yeah.
Yeah,
So let us know.
I
Yeah,
think there's a lot of
if you like,
fans of this.
yeah. If you like these type of action movies and you want us to talk about them, man, let us know. We're always open to suggestions.
Yeah.
And Bones, yeah, we're covering part 2 next week.
Yes, doing part 2, and then on the 26th, we're doing the Battle of the Doctors.
Yes.
That's right. That's gonna be fun too.
Are we revealing one of the doctors?
We can. What did you show? What doctor should we reveal this week?
I will go with Dr. Mordred.
Dr. Mordred in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Next week, come back and we'll tell you who the other doctor is.
Yep. So that's one of the doctors we will be covering, Dr. Mordred. If you have not seen it, it is streaming a few different places.
Early rumors have, I think Hobbs leaked this out, that the other doctor is Dr. Kildare. We can't deny nor confirm that Dr. Kildare will be the other doctor.
Tune in next week.
I can only tell you who it's not. It's not the doctor of thugonomics.
It is not.
He can't see me.
Maybe. Let's see. Hobbs also took karate and wrestled because of Best of the Best and Bloodsport and Ninja Turtle. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, dude, Best of the Best is one of my favorite martial art movies. I love the first one is awesome.
We're gonna do some more of these because this has been a lot of fun. I want to come back and do more martial art films because I want to cover Iron Monkey.
Yes, Iron Mark is awesome.
That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
yes. In the later movies, in 3, 4, and 5, David Bradley kind of takes over as the lead in the American Ninja series. He plays a different character though, so he's not Joe.
Yep. And one of the bad guys, just to let you know that the cheese factor did not waver. One of the main bad guys is Marjoe Gortner, perhaps America's cheesiest actor ever. That guy didn't. I mean, when you talk about chewing the scenery, you look at the definition. It's Marjoe Gortner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Philip Ree was really good too. I always liked his stuff. Did you ever see Furious, Hobbs? Did you ever see the movie Furious with Philip Ree?
That.
It's an early '80s kung
Oh
fu flick.
no. Oh, I'm sorry. I have that later one.
Yep. Yeah, in part 4, it's Dudikoff and David Bradley. They meet and they kind of co-lead it. Although Bradley's a little bit more in it, I think, than Dudikoff. So yeah, if you want us to do more American Ninja, like if you want us to do the rest of them, let us know too. Right now, we only have plans to do the first 2.
Yeah, please leave comments down below. Comments will help out the channel tremendously, and will tell us what you guys want us to cover. So, I mean, the chat's great, but after the chat's over with, you go to the comment section and leave your comments. That really does help a lot.
Yeah, it really does.
And of course, those who can share us out. That also help out a lot too. Well, yeah, I had a tremendous fun with this tonight.
I did too. I've loved this movie for years and years. So I was very happy that you agreed to do this one. Yeah.
I couldn't not. This is my brother's favorite movie. I have so much. This is one of the rare childhood memories that I have. That's really great. Was watching this movie, and I watched it a lot with him. I probably watched this movie with him about 80% of the time that he rented it out. It got to be where I could do all the lines from it at one point.
Nice. So part 2 is available on a bunch of different streaming services for free. So I know last week I said this one was on Tubi. I mean, not Tubi, it was on Pluto. I looked it up and all of a sudden it was gone from Pluto. But 2 is a bunch of different places. It's on Plex. It's on I believe 2's on Pluto though.
Yeah, 2's on Pluto, 2's on Plex.
Yeah.
I didn't check.
It's definitely available if you want to watch part 2 next week, so you know what the hell we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, we got one T-Betty. We did cover one movie. I think you were here for that. I'm not sure. We did cover Jet Li in Fist of Legend. That's in our playlist. And again, starting next week here on Al's channel, to those who didn't know, we will be starting we have a new start time at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock will be our new run time. That's what we'll be doing. And then following us after at 10 o'clock, we'll all be going over and supporting Gory B Movie. Her show, The Gory Hole, will be up and running. And so it's going to be a great block of entertainment on Sunday from 8 to 12, 8 to 11:30, 8 to 12. And yeah, we thank you guys so much for your support. I mean, this has been tremendous. This has been an awesome stream, by the way. I dare say, Al, you might have our #1 show by the end of the night. This has been awesome. Yes, the Gory Hole will be over there. They're starting they moved their show to Sundays at 10 o'clock. So yep.
So yeah, so for the people that live near me, that'd be 7 o'clock our time.
And those who live on the Pacific Coast, that'll be 7 o'clock p.m. your time. Thank you so much, Star Lord. We appreciate you so much, man.
Yeah, brother. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Well, we do a lot for this. This is a lot of fun. So and of course the mothership. We can't forget the mothership. Every Thursday at 10 p.m. It's Hobbs Horror. Katie, Killer Katie Mr. Bones, Mighty Casey,
And the coach.
and the Tochi. Oh gosh, I got to tell you this story before I go. So yesterday I got a ping from Jennifer Tochi, right? So I go over there and see what she sent me, and she sends me this little note on Instagram saying that there's a premiere that they remixed Corey Feldman's song "Comeback King" and they're premiering it.
Oh no.
So I went over there. Right now. His channel is like you had to be subscribed to him in order to go in there and do the chat.
Right.
So I'm sitting on the outside. I'm looking at it, and there's Jennifer inside the chat, and her and Corey are talking to each other.
Oh no.
It's so sweet. Honestly, it was the sweetest damn thing. It was so cool. And she's telling Corey, come up to Butt, Montana. There's a lot of dude. I got tears in my eyes because it was so freaking sweet.
Oh,
I was like, go Jennifer, go Jennifer. And he was talking to everybody in his chat. He was being very polite and very, it was really cool. I was really glad that she sent that to me. And that should be up in a couple. I would think that'd be up in a couple of days where the chat's included.
Right,
guys. We're gonna drop that next Sunday. We're gonna drop that link next Sunday because you guys all need to see it. I thought it was cool. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I thought it was awesome. In fact, I think it'll probably be up by Thursday, and I think the Midnight Hour will probably drop it and comment on it too. I thought it was awesome. I mean, we all have people that we would mark out to. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if I get a chance to talk to Casper Van Dien, I fucking go through the roof. I was like, oh yeah. We all have that one person that we're a fan of. Like I know for you it's Michael Dudikoff. For Hobbs it's Joe Burrow. But we each have that person that we can that we want to talk to.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yep. Ninja Vanish. That's right. Poof.
So what does everybody think of my Sam Shaw, Dexter Loomis look? Anybody? For those wrestling fans out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Loomis. I was going to say, you shot him 6 times. Well, that's one line you would never hear in this movie. I shot him 6. No, you didn't, because you couldn't hit the side. You couldn't hit the side of the barn.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see. Schedule Van Dien on 8 questions, Pat. He isn't that big no more. I watched him on a Wild Eye. Oh yeah, I saw that Wild Eye movie too. He was actually pretty good in that. That was actually a really good movie. Yeah, that was fun. That was sort of like a Freddy's New Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Where they cross reality. They do the reality.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen clips of that. I'm pretty sure.
That was a cool ass movie. It was supposed to like found footage film, and Casper Van Dien himself plays himself, and then then they kill him in the movie. That was cool. I was like, damn. Let's see.
My mom does not like it.
That's not like what? Your shirt?
The mustache.
Oh, the mustache. Oh. Go back or else. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Will he is he just don't ground him next Sunday. We need him for the show.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, Al can't come out and play because he's grounded because of his mustache.
Funny.
See, Mr. Brown says, yeah, he noticed the goat was gone. Yep. Hobbs says, fantastic indeed, Al. So he thinks it looks good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa says she likes it. It looks better. Yes, it does. It does. It inspired me. I have to shave off my beard.
So, by the way, I do want to mention one other thing. Coming up on, let me double check the date because I wrote it down. Let's see. On July the 6th, which is a Wednesday. We have our good buddy Video Tasties, my good buddy Gareth from Video Tasties, and he's actually going to be interviewing the director of American Ninja, Mr. Sam Firstenberg. And that's going to start at 5 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. over by him because he's over in the UK. But yeah, definitely go check that out. That should be a really interesting show because because Patrick and I didn't even know Sam
No,
was still kicking.
no, no, we didn't know that. But now
So
that
yeah,
we'll see what we can do. But I definitely, definitely want to give, would definitely want to support Gareth and the show. I will definitely be there, and we'll be dropping the links to the show as well next week. We'll be putting out our information in our Facebook page, and we'll also be shouting it out on our tabs and whatnot. Definitely got to support that interview. It's going to be fun. It's going to be absolutely fun. And of course, our own very first interview will be here on July 3rd when we have Adam Marcus from Jason Goes to Hell. So that will be our first celebrity interview.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah, can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Gonna be
So
killer.
have your questions ready for that too.
Yep. Yes, definitely bring some questions for Mr. Marcus. That's gonna be that's gonna be a great time.
I guess we could do real quick. We only got a couple minutes left. We could tell what we're doing on our channels this week, and then let them go.
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it. You want to go first since it's
Uh,
you probably have more to tell.
yeah, I will. I will just mention that this week we have 4 shows. We have 4 shows on 8 Questions With. Tomorrow night I have Fair Lucy Savage will be here at 8 p.m. On the 14th, I have Elaine Huntington will be here. She was the producer, actress in Shark Exorcist, so she'll be here. Awesome. Had to reschedule that. On the 15th, we have Jason Johnson from Five Strike Films. He just completed a really good short film called Thought, and it's a really good movie, real powerful short. And he's also a filmmaker, so he'll be here. And then on the 16th, we will be having Andrew Jara, who made a film called The Last Ones for Bayview Entertainment. It's out on Bayview Entertainment, and he will be here on the 16th at 8 o'clock as well. So that's what I got. And of course, I got TV Tuesday coming up on Tuesday, and I will be taking a look at the film FX, The Art of Illusion.
Ooh, good one. Yeah.
Thank you. Thought you approved.
Yeah, FX and FX2 is good as well.
I'm going to be covering FX for next week.
There you go. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I only have a couple of things this week. Of course, I have Tubi Tuesday this Tuesday, and I'm going to be covering House Squatch by the awesome Mark Polonia and his son Anthony.
That's right.
So that should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure if it's going to be live or not. It depends on if I have time tomorrow to do anything. We'll see. It may be live. I'm not entirely sure yet. And then on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, I will be a guest on the Video Tasties channel.
What?
Speaking of, and we're going to be watching Kickboxer, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Quality entertainment.
Yep. So we're carrying over the martial arts theme into Friday.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
That's right. Everybody, and he's doing a June Claude Van Damme is his is the show. Yeah.
That's fun.
So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. So yeah, so if you're around Friday, please tune into to that, and it should be a great time. One of my favorite Van Damme movies, by the way.
So thank you guys that all came out tonight in the chat, and thanks to everybody who went boo every time Ronaldo's name was mentioned. That was a lot of fun as well. This is gonna be one of the funnest shows that we've done for sure. I can't wait for the playback. I'll be listening to this tonight, that's for sure. I've actually had a lot of fun.
If you want us to do more, leave in the comments that you want us to do some more kung fu movies, some more American Ninja movies, whatever you want. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. We want to hear from you.
We do indeed. Yep.
All right. So I'm already getting the first couple of comments that people want us to cover the Karate Kid remake.
I will be absent that week.
You will not be absent that week. You tried that with Friday the 13th 09. You're not going to get away with it. Thanks to guys. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, thanks so
Anytime.
much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And on that note, I guess we're gonna get out of here. So
Peace.
remember to stay spooky. Peace.